Okay. 611, graphing linear functions. Okay, so this is just your classic parent function. Y equals x. Okay? Now, this one is a little flatter, right? The slope is not as steep on this one. So we can actually count the slope. From here to here, we can count. Up 1, right 3. So the slope on this one is 1/3. The y-intercept is down at -6. Therefore, this would be y equals 1/3 x minus 6. Yes. So this one is down. Okay? And with the line, you don't usually say wider or narrower, but this would be, flatter. Or, more steep. So with the line, it's either, really steep or kind of flattened out. Okay, so steeper or flat. So for the line, we're just going to call it, say, steep or flat. All right, now this one. One thing, is it a positive or negative slope? Negative slope. When I write my name on it, it's going downhill. You can write your own name. So for one thing, it's flipped. We know it's flipped. It's also kind of steeper than the regular one, right? Also, look at the dot. What happened to the dot from the original? It's moved up, right? So this actually looks like it's going to go through 2. And the slope looks like 1, 2, 3, 1. Looks like -3x plus 2.
You're good at this.
Now, this one here, is it negative or positive? It's 3, -3x plus 2. So this last one, is it negative or positive? Negative. Yeah, very slightly, right? Okay. But if I write my name on it, it's going slightly downhill. Okay? So for one thing, it's flipped. What happened to the vertex? Not vertex, but what happened to the main point, the parent starting point? It went down, right? It's down. Looks like it went down to 7. Bless you. It's also a little flatter. So obviously our y-intercept is -7. And if I count down and over, it looks like I hit about -1/5 x. Okay, so each one of these you're looking for compared to the original parent function. This parent function, y equals x, which is a 45-degree kind of cutting through corner to corner. So you got your corner one. Is it steeper or narrower? Does the whole thing move down? Does it move up? It could even move left. All right. So. Okay, remember, slope, we've already talked about this, is m. And we calculated y minus y over x minus x. Specifically 1 and 2, I don't really care about the 1 and 2 or 2 and 1, it doesn't matter. You just pick the point, go in the same order.
Wait, y1 minus y2?
You can do, that's the thing. Technically, it's supposed to be with numbers, but you can go either direction. It does, that's what I'm saying. Okay. So these are some hard points to see. Okay? But I'll just give you some numbers. 0, 6, and 4, 7. Now, technically, you do not even have to do the formula if you got a graph. Because you can literally count from here up and over and count the spots and just save yourself time. But if you're just given the points and you don't have a graph, you have to do the y minus y. Now here's my point, why the whole 1 and 2 thing doesn't matter. You can do 6 minus 7 over 0 minus 4. Or you can do 7 minus 6 over 4 minus 0. It makes no difference which direction you go. And sometimes one direction is better than the other because you kind of avoid the double negative. So in this case, you're going to get -1 over -4. But then you have to remember negative divided by negative is positive. So here, 7 minus 6 is 1, 4 minus 0 is 4. This is still going to take you to that answer of positive 1/4 slope. Okay, now, notice that right there is the Y-intercept. Okay, so you can find the Y-intercept right there off the graph. And now to write the equation of the line, we have our slope. And we have our Y-intercept. There it is. So it's 1/4 x plus 6. Y-intercept is 6, slope of 1/4. Over here, we have these 2 points, 0, -3, and -3, 3. There's my 2 points. Now, once again, I can literally just count down and over if I have a graph. But for practice, we're going to calculate the slope. Now, this is one of those cases where whichever direction you go, you're going to have a double negative. There's no way to avoid it. So I'm going to do a little arrow to remind myself which one I'm starting with. I'm going to do -3 minus 3 over x, 0 minus -3. I will be it eventually. Why? If I'm starting here at -3 and subtracting this, I'm doing -3 minus 3. It's y minus y over x minus x. It's y minus y. So it's -3 minus 3. Now this becomes a positive 3. So that's going to be -6 over 3, which is -2. So that's the slope. The slope is -2. My y-intercept is right there at 0, -3. So my line is -2x minus 3. Slope, y-intercept.
So where did you get the -2 again?
The what?
The -2. From like where did that?
Y minus y over, I just did the math.
Oh, okay.
I'm calculating the slope. This is -6 over 3, which is -2. Last but not least, I'll give you these 2 points, -4, 3, and 0. Sorry. 0, 2. Again, 0, 2 is my Y-intercept. Now, this is one of those cases where I can avoid the double negative. If I do top to bottom, I will not have a double negative. If I do bottom to top, I will have a double negative. So I'm going to avoid that by going in this direction. 3 minus 2 over -4 minus 0. 3 minus 2 is 1. -4 minus 0 is -4. So, I have my y-intercept and I have my slope. Y equals -1/4 x, and my y-intercept was 2, so plus 2.
You gotta push this guy. Make you steady.
Okay, we're just doing equations of lines and slope intercept form. So, slope being m, y-intercept being v. Okay, so steps to graphing a line from slope-intercept form. You want to always make sure that the y is by itself. So you may not always be given the y by itself. You've already modeled this before. You always want to get it by itself if it's not. If it's already y equals, you're good to go. You're halfway home. You just got to identify your m and v. Okay. Then, once it is solved, B is for begin. And that is on the y-axis. That's very important. One of the most common mistakes is people starting by plotting on the x-axis, which we'll get to. Graph your line through your points, ensuring that you put arrows on the end, because it is going on forever. Now, yes, this is small, but instead of using that, let's just have it grow. We got the space. Okay, so the y-intercept is 2. Pay close attention because this is one of the most common things I see. I still see it in Algebra 2, juniors and seniors making this mistake. Do not do this. Oh, my intercept is 2. It's an intercept, so it goes through an axis. So it's here. And up 1, right 3, it's here. There's my line.
No.
That is wrong. Because I drew through the x-axis as my intercept. But dude, I'm crossing the y right here. Yeah, but not at the right point. The y-intercept means it crosses the y-axis at that point. So that means my B is on the y-axis up here at +2. And then I'm going to go up 1, right 3. So up 1, right 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, approximately right there. I can also go down 1, left 3, something like that. And that's my line. Same slope, but going through 2 on the y, not 2 on the x. Liam, can we focus on this, not that? Can we drop this? Okay, graph each accurately from slope-intercept form. So, if it helps, put M and B over these to remind yourself what these are. Now this one, remember, that M is right there. It's the one that is not written. If there's no number in front of the X, your M is 1. And then here, we don't write plus 0, but technically that means your B is 0. So it's going through, starting at the origin. So do your best. I know it's really small graph, but -4 is down here. Okay, and you're going to go up 3, right 1, something like that. And you're going to have a line that looks pretty close to that. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect. They're tiny little graphs. Just do your best. Now on this one, my B is 1, so I'm going to be starting right there. My slope is -2/3, which means down 2, right 3. So from here, I'm going to go down 2, right 3.
You always start with the top number. Right?
Yes. You can also go up 2 as long as you go left 3. On this one, remember, this is really over 1, just like this 3 was over 1. So I'm going to be starting down here at -4. And I can go down 5, which is going to put me down at 9, and then 1, right 1. But then I'm off the chart. I really can't go down 5, right 1, but I can go up 5, left 1, and put another dot there. And get my really steep line right there. So that's why it's good to be able to go both directions, especially with negatives, because sometimes you'll be off the chart and you need to go the other direction. Okay, on this one, my starting point is at 2, so I put a dot right there at 2. Now this one's going to be a flatter one. I'm only going up 1, but I'm going to go right over 5. I can also go down 1 and left 5 and get this kind of flat line. Not completely flat, but flatter than the regular slope. Now -6, I'm going to be starting down here. And then it's very easy. It's just up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, down 1, left 1. It's a 45-degree kind of cut through there. Very easy to graph. And this one did not have a B listed, but it's right there at the origin. Now with 5/2, I'm going up 5 and just right 2. Or I can go down 5 and left 2. And I put my arrows on the end just to be making sure that it's a line, not a line of segments. Now, what if it's not in slope-intercept form? Again, we get y by itself. Now, we have talked about the cover-up method in here, which does work, but not here. Because even though 2 does go into -6, 4 goes into -6 as a reduced fraction. It doesn't really work very well. 3 doesn't go into 5. 4 and 5 don't go into 10. So even though the cover-up method is a nice method and it is very quick and useful, it won't work in any of these easily because it's a bunch of fractions. So what we want to do is solve for y. So we want to move the x over. And remember, we always put the x first when we're doing slope-intercept. It doesn't matter generally if you put -4x minus 6 or -6 minus 4x, but in this case it does. We want mx plus b. Then we're going to divide by 2. And we divide by 2, go ahead and divide separately, not just one big line. Although that is correct, we want mx plus b, meaning them separated out. So y equals 2 goes to -4 2 times, minus 3. And then here's my m, here's my b. I'm going to begin at -3. And I'm going to go down 2, right 1, or up 2, left 1. And there's my line. And the more dots you put, the better your line is going to be. This one's pretty close to being done. I just got to move this bad boy over there. Y equals 3x plus 5. So here's my M, here's my B. I'm going to begin at 5. My slope is going to be up 3, right 1. Then I'm off the chart. So instead, I'm going to go down 3, left 1, and draw my line there. So up and right is the same as down and left, and it should stay on the same slope. Over here, kind of like number 1, we're going to move the 4x over, which gives me 5y equals negative 4x, remember to put it first, plus 10. Oh, my bad. Minus 10. Minus 10. Then I'm going to divide by 5. Remember, put the 5 underneath each thing. Y equals negative 4/5, that's okay, x minus 2. So I'm going to start at negative 2 right here, hard to see, and then I'm going to go down 4, right 5. Or I go up 4, left 5. That's not completely measured out, it's okay, it's a tiny graph.